Was the biggest news on planet Earth yesterday. Of course, you're aware of this happening. Travis KELCE and Taylor Swift getting engaged. And a lot of the reactions by the Swifties on Reddit included, "I can't believe the Taylor Swift engagement news was broken to me by ESPN senior NFL insider Adam Schefter," which I think it's just funny that someone who describes him by the use of his entire title means that's a person who had no idea who Schefty was until this.
Yep.
Well, welcome to our world. Like all news is broken to us by senior NFL reporter Adam Schefter.
That sort of is right. Didn't he have another one? What else? What was the other pop culture story that he broke, whatever it is? Schefty he's taken to doing that. He'll just post things anyway. Congratulations, Travis and Tay-Tay. They obviously broke well, it was a very big deal to a lot of people.
Let us know when you get your invitation to the wedding.
I would love to go. Listen, I never show up anywhere empty-handed, but that's a whole other story. But so now let's get to, we'll tie this to the football question. Lewis.
Yes.
Do we anticipate Travis KELCE gave her a lovely ring?
Yes.
Is that the only ring he has in his immediate future, or is there another one you could see him getting for himself in February? Chiefs, yes or no?
Yes, I think they could. I think this football team's better. Their record.
I was not saying they could.
No.
If you have to pick one team right now,
I'm picking the Chiefs. Yeah, look, I think their roster is better in 2025 than 2024. I think their record may be worse. They lost one game.
Yeah.
I think their record may be worse. But
technically, they were 15-2, but they
the record may be worse. The roster is better. It starts on the offensive line. Look, I'm telling you, Josh Simmons is the guy who is going to change everything for this organization. It's that simple. It's the steal of the draft. It's the most impactful draft choice in this entire draft because it protects the #1 player in the National Football League's blind side. And we saw what that looked like in the Super Bowl when you can't protect it. Josh Simmons is the dude. Look, this is what Kansas City remembers. I mean, we all sat there and watched that game in amazement going, how are they getting wrecked like this? Joe Thuney is a potential Hall of Fame offensive guard. And he's out there trying to block guys that, quite honestly, physically are just overwhelming him with their length and their speed. That ain't happening with this new offensive tackle. I'm just telling you. The left side of the offensive line between him and Kingsley, that is going to be one of the strengths of their football team this year. I'm fired up to see how this team looks.
So I would say this. I think the explosive plays are going to be back for the Kansas City Chiefs. When I look at the wide receiver group and you look at Hollywood Brown, you look at Xavier Worthy, he's going into his second season. Rashee Rice is going to be back from injury. Those guys just have to maintain and remain healthy, Greeny, in my opinion. That's something that didn't happen last year.
Here are those speedy receivers with the plays they had the chance to make last year.
And they added one more, Tyquan Thornton. We got to remember, that's a 4.28, 4.29 running on the outside, taking the top off the defense, opening everything up underneath for Travis KELCE and also Rashee Rice. So I do believe they're going to be better in that department this season, which is going to make them more explosive.
Yeah, and I mean, I think there's a different motivation, too. And I understand that it felt like, even though you're not there in the program, it felt like they were just holding on. Like last year just felt like we're holding on. It does feel like a bit of a revitalization, and we got something to prove. Their last outing was an embarrassing beatdown, and I expect that Patrick Mahomes and the rest of that team is going to come out looking, especially with the addition of a new tackle, looking to remind you of how potent this team can actually be.
Having spent time in Kansas City just this past weekend, but also in June talking to them about that embarrassment, they understand. They took it on the chin, and they're excited to prove to not just themselves, but everybody else who revels in seeing them fail, like, yeah, getting smacked around was actually good for us because Andy Reid challenged them, coaches, players alike, who is going to come back here, take accountability, and be better. I do think they've lost, they were 11-0 in one-score games.
Yeah.
I don't see that happening again, but I would bet this is a team that you could pencil in the Super Bowl.
And look, and we're not even talking about really what is the real strength of this team, which is the defense and the youth they have on that side of the ball. They are stacked. They have been killing it in the draft on that side of the ball. All three coordinators come back, and they have a Hall of Fame head coach. I mean, how can you bet against them right now?
Now, betting against them is one thing, but you made the point they were just sort of holding on. I kept bringing up all of last year, and a lot of the guys, particularly on Sunday Countdown, were yelling at me. The point differential, it was not the point differential of a dominant, great team, even though they were 15-1.
You're right.
But all these games were so close and all that. So maybe they're markedly better. Maybe they're able to break what historically has been a devastating blow. Teams that lose the Super Bowl never win it the following year. It's happened 3 times in the entire history of the Super Bowl and only once since the early 70s. So we'll see if they're able to get past that. ESPN Bet has a Get Up ring special, which has been boosted to plus 1989. And the Swifties know why that is relevant. The boost is Travis KELCE to get 750 or more receiving yards in the regular season and the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl. Pretty nice number there, plus 1989 on that. Boost it, baby, right now on ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Speaking of which, it is Futures Week at ESPN Bet. So let's play a game of either or. You're able to bet on the following matchups. So let's begin with the quarterbacks. Lewis, which quarterback will have more passing touchdowns between Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen?
Like, I'm going to go Patrick because I think this wide receiver core, as Harry stated, if they stay healthy and they all stay together, they looked really good in the preseason. And on top of it, they added some more weaponry in the backfield. Remember the name Brashard Smith, the 7th rounder out of SMU? Andy Reid loves him. He's going to be a pass-catching phenom out of the backfield. He's a former wide receiver in college when he was at Miami before he transferred. And Patrick has a point to prove.
Harry, let's go to the running backs. Again, these are all bets you can make on ESPN Bet right now. Derrick Henry or Saquon, more rushing yards?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Derrick Henry, and I think this is a person that's not talked about enough. The simple fact that Saquon Barkley rushed for 2,000 yards last year, well, guess what, folks? Derrick Henry rushed for over 1,900 yards. And when you think about Lamar Jackson being in the backfield,
why are you laughing?
I think he's going to have more avenues and lanes to run through. And we all know what happens when it gets to the second level. DBs take those mysterious angles.
What is going on over
No,
here?
because yesterday I was doing some research for my show and I saw that he had 1,900 yards and I had just not realized it.
Yeah.
That man almost had 2,000 too.
Saquon's season kind of overshadowed all of it. Derrick Henry had an MVP caliber year. Kmart, let's do the receivers, the two great ones from LSU. Impossible to believe these guys were college teammates. Which one will have more receiving touchdowns this year, Chase or Justin Jefferson?
Greeny, I'm going to say Jamar Chase because I don't think Joe Burrow has a choice. Listen, their offense has to carry them this year. They got Trey Hendrickson back for this season, but everything, their success hinges on that offense. I think that connection between 9 and 1, we need to see that.
Yeah, that's a good one there. That you figure they're going to be in high-scoring games. That certainly was the way.
Hopefully they win.
We'll see. Well, I mean, they
For
lost 4 of the 7 games last year in which they scored 33 points. But then on the other side, Jefferson is playing with the young and unproven quarterback that we will get to a little later. Meanwhile, we're going to get to some college next because the eyes of Texas are now on football's favorite son. We're going to show you one number that suggests a star is going to be born Saturday in Columbus. Don't miss it. Next.